Okay, so it seems like a ton of people were interested in Dragon Ball in the Unreal Engine. Since I don't really have anything new or that I can add to it, I thought it would only be best to reminisce, go back, look at the open world aspects of the other previous DBZ games. So without wasting time, we're here in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2, and I guess this is as far as the open world really goes. You can pretty much fly around the entire map of the Dragon Ball world. As you can see, it just popped in right here. I think up here we have Kami's Lookout, and down there we have Korin's Tower. The open world aspect doesn't get much more detailed than this. We've had similar things in games like Budokai 3 and Ultimate Tenkaichi. The thing I really do like about this though is it has all the Dragon Ball landmarks. As you can see right here we have the Cell games. Down there we had the fight between Vegeta and Android 18. Up there is Muscle Tower in the north. So obviously this isn't the main element of the game, just flying over the Dragon Ball world. In fact, this is where you're going to be spending most of your time in the game. And while this is kind of open world, if I just keep going in this direction, I'm going to run into a barrier, so I can't really go past here. You know, this is going to go all the way around the edge of the map. The reason I'm even covering this is because a game like this does have more of an open world than a game like Budokai 2 or Budokai 3. But to be fair, this is a fighting game and by no means advertises itself as an open world game. But that leads us into the next Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball Revenge of King Piccolo for the Nintendo Wii. A lot of people consider this to be an open world game. I mean, I guess you can run in 360 degrees, but you're kind of limited by these hallways. You can either go left or right. I'm going to decide to go right. You know, if anything, I would just call this a side-scroller. I don't see how this is an open world. I mean, open world would imply that I could go out these cracks here, you see? But, I mean, I can't. Now moving on to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and I just gotta say, Dragon Ball Xenoverse is not an open world game. Very similar to Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse had a hub. Toki Toki City is kind of open world, but when you get down to the actual gameplay mechanics, you are going to be limited by invisible walls, and as we know, all great open worlds are not limited by invisible walls. Speaking of invisible walls, we have Dragon Ball Sagas. Now, I actually like this game, probably just because it has Dragon Ball characters, but I mean, look at this. I'm trying to get through to the next part of the map, but invisible wall. This game was actually advertised as an open world game, but I mean, let's try and walk up this hill. Like, we can't, we're stuck. Like, there's an invisible wall. So I guess we're just stuck running around here. I mean, I try to get through to the next level, or the next part of the level, and I guess the only way to go is this way, but like, I'm stuck. Like, where do I go? I've actually been playing through this game for the first time, but I'm stuck. I can't get through. Where do I go? Now I just went back to the first level of Dragon Ball Sagas, and it is much more open. I mean, Dragon Ball Sagas had so much potential, man. Like, look at this. I want to go explore these trees. Why can't I go past here? Now I'm going to be showing you 4 more of what I consider to be the best open world aspects in Dragon Ball games. Kicking things off, we have Dragon Ball Origins, very similar to Dragon Ball Revenge of King Piccolo. It's an open world adventure game, and this actually has open world elements. However, unfortunately, it only goes from, I believe, the very start of Dragon Ball to the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament. Now moving on to a game that we should all be familiar with, the Legacy of Goku series. I mean, what else can be said? For a 2D Game Boy Advance game, this is what a Dragon Ball game should be. I mean, just like Budokai Tenkaichi 2, you could fly around the map of the Earth, you had all these landmarks to go to and you could actually explore them. Like the Legacy of Goku 2 and Boo's Fury just absolutely epitomize what you can do with a Dragon Ball open world game. Now moving on to something that is such a mystery to me, Dragon Ball Online. I never got a chance to play this back in its prime, back when the game was still out, so I've never actually had hands-on experience with it, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen, this game undoubtedly has the best open world elements because it's an MMORPG, and apparently Toriyama actually had creative control over this. This game was set something like 200 years after the end of Dragon Ball Z, which blows my mind, but I don't know, since I've never played it, I don't even know if it's good. But something that is good is the open world aspect in Dragon Ball Z Infinite World. And don't worry, this isn't the open world aspect that I'm talking about, even though this is pretty cool. We have Goku running around the map of the Dragon Ball world. We're just gonna instant transmission. Instant transmission to the open world, and here we have Namek, which again, pretty cool. But one more instant transmission, and this is what I consider to be the best open world aspect in any Dragon Ball game that we have ever gotten. Here we have Snake Way, and this is open world. This has no invisible walls. I mean, I'm sure if I went out here, surely there'd be invisible walls. Oh wait, no, there's not. If I want to kill myself and go to hell, I can. So I mean, with the exception of Dragon Ball Online, this is easily the best open world aspect we've ever gotten in a Dragon Ball game. I can just skip here because there's no invisible walls, I can kill myself, it's fine. So I guess until the new Dragon Ball Fusions game for the 3DS is supposed to come out, this Dragon Ball Z Infinite World will take the #1 position as the best Dragon Ball Z open world game of all time. I want to thank you all for watching. Which Dragon Ball game do you think has the best open world? Let me know down below, and as always, I will see you in the next DBZ video.